Hey, what's up, guys? This is Johnny, and this is my review of Anton method, the dropship lifestyle. For those who don't know, I've been living out here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, originally from San Francisco, and I basically I needed a way to make money while traveling, and I was the king of, living as cheaply as possible for the last 4 years, and that was kind of the first step of me wanting to live location independently and not have a normal 9 to 5 job. I didn't want to go back to working in a cubicle or any kind of normal job again. And so I started teaching scuba diving. I started doing Muay Thai. I started blogging, and that was kind of my introduction to the online world. I never heard of e-commerce or drop shipping until I met Anton. I think it was April of this year. So it's been maybe about 8 months now, and my life is really, really different than it was before then. It took me 2 months of really, really hard work to get the store up and running to make my first sale. But as soon as I did, it completely replaced my 9 to 5 income. And I knew I would never have to go back and work a normal job. So I was so excited that I recommended his course to everyone I knew. Like literally my sister, all my friends, my family, my cousins, everyone I knew. I said, do this course, and you can quit your job and move out to Thailand, move out to Bali, move out to wherever you want, and just really live a good life. It's been 8 months, and I've continually made a steady income from it. I mean, like literally more money than I've made since I've had a normal job. But now it's hard to recommend it to everyone, because I also know that the only reason why it worked for me is because I actually put in the effort for it. It wasn't something I watched and was like, okay, overnight you're gonna make money from it. No, you have to treat it like a real business. And I think the reason why it worked for me is I was really desperate. I was in a situation where I can either go back. I think I had $200 left in my bank account, and the only income I had was from my book sales. And if you guys want to read about my prior 4 years of my life and my mindset on how to live as cheap as possible, I wrote a book on how to live in Thailand for less than $600 a month, because that's what I was making. All right. So the book is called 12 Weeks in Thailand, and my blog Johnny FD, was started as chapter 2 of my life, where I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I actually want to live a normal life. Maybe I want to be able to afford steak sometimes. Maybe I actually want to stay in a nice hotel sometimes. Maybe I actually want to travel outside of Thailand. Maybe I want to travel to Europe. So because of that, I had to drive, and I was like, whatever it takes, however long it takes, I'm willing to put in the effort and the work to make this work, because I knew it worked. Little story on how I met Anton. We had added each other on Facebook years ago, after both reading the 4 Hour Work Week, but we had never met each other until earlier this year, and it was kind of fluke. I had no idea it existed. He never posted on Facebook, so we kind of just had this connection, but I had never talked to the guy, and he messaged me randomly saying, "Hey, I'm gonna come check my. Do you want to grab some food?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be cool." And I asked him, what do you do? What do you do for work online? And he told me about his e-commerce businesses. And at that time, I've never heard of e-commerce and never heard of drop shipping. And he explained that concept over dinner. He left, went traveling, and something in my head just clicked. I was like, you know what, man, instead of trying to sell people, products, like creating a new product that people don't yet want to buy, why not just create a store like Zappos did, and just niche down and sell something better than Amazon can do it, or at least take a part of Amazon's market share. Create an online business. And with drop shipping, I didn't have to have upfront money for inventory. I didn't have to have a warehouse. I didn't even have to be in the U.S. And all these things would have been easier if I was in the U.S. Because this is some of the dedication it took me. Right, that the time difference from America to Thailand is 18 hours. So those first 2 months when I was answering my own calls, I'd stay up until 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. answering customer service calls. I'd wake up sometimes at 6 a.m. to return calls as well, before it got too late in the U.S. Now, I have an employee that handles all the customer calls. So she picks up all the calls, and I just check my sales in the morning, and I spend literally less than an hour a day. If I wanted to, I can spend 20 minutes a day from my iPhone while traveling and maintain this business. If I want to continue growing it, I would have to spend more time But what's really cool about it is it worked for me. Like it, and that's why I recommended to everyone is this is the only thing I've ever found online that actually works. All right. It may not work for you if you don't want to put in the dedication to it. If you, try to take shortcuts. But if you just follow the system, I know it works. And Anton is a super genuine guy. Me and him have become good friends after the course. I don't want anyone thinking that, I'm only recommending his product because we're friends. I'm friends with him because he changed my life, and he did it in such a genuine way. I mean, anyone that signs up for his course, there's a private forum and you can ask him questions. You can even email him. And I'm actually surprised that he still gets back to people personally and he doesn't just outsource it to someone else to do. So Anton's genuine. The course is genuine. I genuinely made money from it. Anyone that knows me in person, I show them my back in my stores. I show them the paychecks I get from my e-commerce stores, and it's not gonna make me a millionaire. But I mean, now I'm living in a nice hotel. I could afford to travel. I could afford to fly to Europe, and none of these things were possible beforehand. So I highly recommend Anton Method. I highly recommend doing drop shipping. I also recommend that if you're going to do it, you have to take it seriously, and you really have nothing to lose. I told my friends that sign up, I say, if you're not going to take this seriously, if it's not something that you want to dedicate to, you have 60 days to get your money back, and it's really easy to do because it's through ClickBank. Just, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. If it's something that seems it's way out of your league, you know what, just maybe it's not for you. But honestly, it's easy because I had never knew anything about dropshipping. Anton's course basically holds your hand through the process, right? And there's the forums where you can ask questions. If you guys buy it through my link, I get credit for it, and I'm happy to help you guys with any questions you have. I have tons of my friends who now has started making sales on their stores as well. I wish I can say, everyone I've recommended it to has started making $5,000 a month in profit, and they're living out here next to me, and that was my goal. That's why I recommended it to so many people, because I want people to have this lifestyle, so I have people to travel with. Most people who I would say 8 people that I know who actually signed up for the course, 5 of them have made sales and have made at least over $1,000 in profit, so they at least can justify their cost of the course, setting it up, and their time. And the good thing about them is they have potential where I see that they're going to start growing and they're going to be able to make consistently a couple $1,000s a month from it. There's 3 people who signed up for the course who did absolutely nothing with it. I mean, they started the process, and they might have put in a few days or for like a week's effort of setting it up, but they never actually made it live to sell to customers. And at the end of the day, if you're going to do that, I'd rather have you just not do the course, all right? But this is my honest review of Anton's Method Dropship Lifestyle. You can get the course at antonmethod.com. If you want to read more about my journey through it, I write, pretty openly on my blog. It's johnnyfd.com, and feel free to leave a comment and ask any questions. All right, guys, take care, and I sincerely hope that everybody finds their passion. If you hate your job right now, if you're working, normal 9-to-5 job and you hate it, there are things out there, all right? I'm not saying this is for everybody, but this is the only thing that I know is legitimate that worked for me, and that's why I wholeheartedly recommend it to everyone else. Take care, guys. Peace out.